A friend of mine just called me yesterday and she was like, Adi, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this marriage. This friend of Hey, what's up, my people? Still your favorite boy, KWAYAH. They call me quiet with the mix some guests they jealous. Omara number one with nobody better than. That's it. A friend of mine just called me today and she's like, Adi, I don't think I'm ready for this marriage. And I'm like, what's going on with you? Your marriage is like 3 months time to this time. Why are you not ready? What's going on with you? Sit down, let's talk. And we started talking, and I realized some people are like putting the pressure on her to get married. And I'm like, okay, sit down. Let me ask you this 10 question. How long have you known this guy? She's like, Adi, it's just 9 months. We just known each other for like 9 months, and we, like boyfriend and girlfriend, like a normal thing, like the regular stuff, like regular boyfriend and girlfriend lifestyle, and I'm not sure if I really like this guy like that. But my mom and my dad, they are putting a lot of pressure on me to get married. And I'm like, okay, let me ask you this 10 question. If you can answer this 10 question, maybe you're ready. And if you can't, yo, bro, you got it, You got to think about it because marriage is like lifetime contract. And my number one question for her is like, why do you want to get married? Is it because you get pregnant for this guy or what? And she told me, no, Adi, I'm not pregnant. For now, I'm not pregnant. And I'm like, okay. My number two question is, are you being pressured? Obviously, she's facing some challenges from her parents to get married because she's getting old. And for a lady at the age of 38, she's not married yet. It's a big deal. They're like trying to put pressure on her to get married. And I'm like, yo, truly, your parents is your parents. They want you to get married because you're getting old, but you still have to, you still have to be sure of what you're about to do. You still have to like put something in place. If you just want to like get married because your parents want you to marry, you might end up like messing yourself up. Marriage is like life contract. You have to think about it. Make sure you love this guy. Make sure you're ready for it. And my third question to her is like, do you know your career will change after getting married? Do you know your career will change? Like the way you do things before, everything is going to change. Maybe before you are working at Lekki, maybe you are working at Ablegba, just for example. I'm familiar with that side. That's why I'm using that side as an instance. Maybe you are working at Ablegba and you are living somewhere close to where you work, and that's the only job you have for now. That's where you are like managing yourself, and you about to get married to this guy, and this guy is like, okay, we about to get married. After marriage, you have to leave this work and you have to go to your husband's place. Maybe it's not convenient for you from your husband's house to your working place. Are you ready to sacrifice things like that? This man, you guys are not like raised in the same home. You have to like put it in consideration, like to like sacrifice a lot for your marriage. Maybe this man like like to like see his house clean, and you sometimes you wake up, you just leave your bed like that. You have to put things in order after getting married. I'm just telling you, it's not like boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. This is like marriage. We're gonna be there together for life. You have to like talk about a lot of stuff. Maybe even though you might have like a good job, Your husband can have this type of job, like maybe you are making more money than him, and you still have to like leave your own job to go with him. You have to like put everything in consideration because ladies, they always sacrifice a lot when it comes to marriage. And I ask her, that's my third question. Are you ready to like sacrifice almost everything for your marriage? And she's like, Ade, I'm not sure if I'm going to even leave my job that I'm doing presently because this lady, she's living in Houston, Texas, and the guy is living in Dallas. After getting married, the guy will expect the lady to move to his house rather. And if this lady relocates to Dallas, it's going to be hard for her to be going to work every day. She's gonna lose this job, and she's making good money from this working place. She will have to lose this job and start looking for another job at Dallas. And I'm like, have you put it in consideration? Like, if it's something you're ready to do for your marriage? She's not sure. I'm like, that's another sign. If you are not sure, if you are not sure you can sacrifice this for this, your Superman, that means, my sister, you are not ready. And the fourth question is, are you financially ready? Are you financially ready? This guy, he does not really have a good work. He's not making enough money to support this family. And this lady also, she's not really making, the lady is making more than the guy. And I'm like, maybe if the guy can agree to move to Houston, maybe the girl and the guy, they can like try to look for another job for him. But I'm not sure if this guy is gonna like go with that. The guy want the lady to move to his place, and I'm like, yo, financially buoyant is very important in any relationship. Love is good, but love without money, I'm not sure if it's gonna work. It's going to work. Sometimes it's going to work, but love with money, love with money, 100% for sure. If you have money and you guys are really in love, everything is gonna gel. Everything is gonna work for real, for real, for real. You can't tell me nothing about that, man. Everything is gonna work for real. And I'm like, okay, accommodation time in America. We make our like house rent every month. That still fall on financially, like financially ready. Like that still fall under it. But that's one of the question that I asked this lady. And I'm like, are you financially like accommodation issue? In America, we pay our rent every month. How do you guys are gonna be doing that? How? Is it gonna be the one paying all the rent? Do you guys have discussion about this issue? Is it gonna be the one paying all the rent? Maybe you gonna be paying like electricity, paying for electricity, like trash, what else? Like phone bill. If you guys started having kids, are you guys planning how to like upgrade your like income to like to start making more money? Like, do you guys talked about that? Do you guys talk about all that? And she's like, Hadi, I don't even think about all this before. I'm like, yo, you have to put all this in consideration because if you guys started making babies, if you have like one kid, you have to start like taking that baby to daycare. Do you like think about daycare's money? Do you include like that type of like money? Do you include it to your like income? Do you guys like have a talk about it? Like, do you guys talk about it? And she's like, no, Adi, we haven't talked about something like that. And there's also so I'm like, okay, before you go into this marriage, you have to think about it. You have to think and overthink. Not like overthink, but you have to be sure of what you are doing. If you have this plan and you're like, in 2, 3 years, this is where we're gonna be. If you can't see that, I'm not seeing the reason why you guys should, like, if the love is there, maybe you guys can try it out. But you're not sure if you are really in love with this guy because of the pressure from your parents. That's why you want to, like, marry this guy. You're not even sure about the love, and you know, you have to think about future, my dear sister. Yeah, you have to think about your future. And I'm like, my sixth question: how strong is your relationship before marriage? How strong? How often do you guys fight? If you guys have like argument today, like how long can your like argument last for before you guys settle? If your guy is mad, like if he's mad at you, are you willing to keep quiet for him? If you are mad, is he willing to keep quiet for you? If your boyfriend, your husband is mad, if he's getting mad at you, are you willing to beg him as a woman? Are you willing to go on your knees to beg your husband? She's like, oh, hell no, this is America. We don't do that. I'm like, yo, if you want to keep your marriage for like, forever, you have to have your own strategy, like how to keep your husband. Like African man, I'm telling you as an African man, when we are mad, as an African man, we expect our wife to like, to pamper us like baby, like baby, like, oh, my husband, like, and as a good husband, after your wife realizes that like, oh, maybe I've hurt my husband, if she apologizes as a good husband, you have to like, "Wa fa mora wa ni ko ki ìyàwó mi. I'm not mad at you anymore. Kiss me." How far away more are you? Like, you guys have to, you guys just have to know how to like put things in order. If you're like the love is not strong before marriage, yo, I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. I'm not sure. That's like a red flag over there. If the relationship is not strong, if he's not willing to beg you when you're mad, if you are not willing to beg him when he's mad, if if you are not willing to sacrifice a lot, I'm saying a lot because I know what I'm talking about. I'm married here, and you have to know how to like work it out. Sometimes you do something wrong. Sometimes your wife, she might be the one to do something wrong. You guys have to know how to balance it. Because if you like, yo, what she did to me is crazy, is mad. I'm not gonna forgive her, yo, bro. If you started having kids, you have to put all those behind you because whatever you're doing, that's what your kids will learn from you. Like me, I don't like arguing in presence of my kids with my wife. We don't do that. No, we don't do that. We already talk it out like, yo, whatever that is going on. If you see my kids, put it in pending. We're gonna talk about it later. Let's put that behind us and let's work it out. That's fine. Are you ready to do that? And she's like, yo, Adi, this is America. We don't do that in America. We are like equal, we are like that, we are like this. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not sure if you're ready for this marriage. And the seventh thing that I ask her, like the seventh question, I'm like, are you ready to change your lifestyle? Are you ready to change your lifestyle? That's the seventh question that I ask her. If you used to go to like nightclub, are you ready to change for your husband? Is your husband the type of person that usually go to club? If he is not used to going to club, like if he's not like club goer, and you like going to club, is he ready to change because of you to started going to club? Things like that. You know, are you ready to like sacrifice a lot of stuff for each other? That's the main question. Can you sacrifice for each other? Your lifestyle, maybe you smoked before, your husband don't like you smoking. You know, in America, it's not a big deal. A lady can smoke, man can also smoke. Maybe like you are smoking, your husband don't want you to keep smoking. You are a guy, you smoke, your wife don't want you to smoke. Maybe if she talk to you, are you willing to like quit smoking? If you play gamble, if you're the kind of guy that play gamble, are you willing to stop if your wife don't like it? Are you? If you are willing to stop, that means you guys are like perfect match. And before you guys go into this marriage, you have to talk about it. Promise me you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that. And sometimes we are all human. If something like that happen, how strong your relationship is, how strong are you guys, and how far the reef can last for. It might be no if I don't say that part, if I don't say it very well, at least if you understand what I'm trying to say, that's good. Like when two of you are mad, how far can it last before you guys come back together? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And my eighth question for her: do you know her parents? Do you know his parents? I asked this my sister, like this my friend sister. Yeah. Do you know your husband parents? Do you how far can you guys like your husband parents, like how good are they to you? Are they welcoming you? Are they you know, some wife, some ladies, they don't really even know how to like, you know, be a good girl to their husband's parents, because most times, you know, that type of beef between wife and husband's parents, you know, I don't have to talk much about that. You guys know that already. And I'm like, how good are you with your husband's mom and dad? And she's like, we are not that, no, we are not that cool, you know. I'm like, if you guys are not that cool, I'm not sure if you're ready for this marriage. And my last question for her is that, do you know it's not easy? Marriage is not easy. Whatever that you're going through in marriage, you have to like pray about it. You have to like, you know, talk about it before you get married with someone. You guys have to be a good friend. You guys have to learn how to like communicate with each other. Talk about things that is making you mad. If you see like something, your husband is doing something that you don't really like, call him, talk about it. Don't just don't keep malice in marriage. Malice don't go far. Don't keep malice. Call your partner, talk to him like this is what you're doing. I don't like it. Can you please change? I want you to change. Tell him the reason why you want him to change and pray about it. And I believe with God, everything is going to be all right. That's for today's show. And I'll appreciate it if you guys can like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys. My name still remains the same. Choir Master, aka Mr. Bopa File.